Welcome to Sugar Daddy's podcast, where we get real about love, money, and everything in between. I'm your host, Namon Jones, here with my co-host, Diopla Sample. What's up, D?
What's going on, Namon?
Man, they say love don't cost a thing, but what about companionship?
Hey, man, we just two grown-ass men having real talk, making real connections.
So, man, we really do love our followers, for real. And we're serious about this thing. We got real stories. We're going to share our real experiences. But one of the things that was brought up was, what's the expectations when we travel, when we fly someone out? Listen, we do all that, right? We take you shopping. We fly you out. We do all those things that a sugar daddy should. As that's part of the qualifications of being a sugar daddy, right? But beyond that, the question was raised, what's the expectation when a woman, a significant other, is flown out? Now, my thought, D, is, first of all, certain things that
should be understood.
It shouldn't be even asked.
But yes, if I fly you out, okay, you already know the expectation.
Okay, but let's talk about that. Because have you ever been, okay, the expectation in your opinion that when you fly somebody out is what? When you fly her out?
I mean, if we have that type of relationship, where you a sugar baby and I'm a sugar daddy, then I fly you out, we know what it is. Now, if we talking about some random,
I think the expectation is the same.
it don't change.
To me, it's what's understood don't need to be said to me, right? But apparently I may be wrong because, you know, have you ever flown somebody out and they didn't meet your expectation?
Well, yeah. Actually, I did. I had a situation where I flew a young lady into me. Okay, I'm in another city. I flew her in, and I mean, we hit it off. We went out to eat. We went by the mall. We did a few things. But when it came time for us to go back to the room, and we stayed in the same room. Okay. But when we got to the bed, no, seriously, things changed. Why? I felt like she had got what she wanted.
But you didn't get what you wanted.
But I didn't get what. Well, let me say this. I got what I wanted. It just wasn't in the way that I wanted.
Hold on.
Okay, I did. We still had sex, but I just didn't get it in the way that I wanted.
Okay, so what I'm hearing you say is sex is a prerequisite when you.
I value. I'm a high value sexual guy.
No, I'm just saying that. Would you say that's a prerequisite?
Absolutely.
Okay, so that's an expectation that I fly you out, that would happen, right? Mm-hmm. Have you ever been in a situation where you flew her out and you didn't get it? You didn't have sex?
No, I haven't been in that situation. Not me. No, I haven't. I'm sorry to say that experience hasn't happened for me. Okay? Yeah.
What you laughing for, man?
No, I'm just saying. I do know, you know.
What you trying to say? Shit.
I do know that it's happened for people close to me. Okay? But
okay.
It's never happened.
Okay. I'm transparent. We said real talk, right?
Yeah.
Okay. Man, that shit happened to me. Man, flew her ass out. I'm talking about wine and diner, right? Everything. I flew her out good, man. And not only did you stay in the same room, I'm talking about when you came to bed, you don't have nothing on but some panties, not even a bra, no nothing. You cuddling and everything, and foreplay. I'm touching it the whole nine, and she keep wanting to move the hand. And I mean, just want like we goddamn in the WWE.
Say, man.
So I get frustrated, man. I'm like,
No, don't play with me.
but
Don't play with me.
to your point, right? So I'm a gentleman, but shit, I ain't gonna wrestle. You know what I mean?
I get it, but hang on. You spent money,
Yeah.
flew you out,
Mm-hmm.
fine dining, restaurants,
All that.
shopping.
Did all that shit.
Get back to the room.
All that.
You in the bed,
All that.
no clothes on but your panties. Hang on. To
Nipples,
me,
everything.
To me,
Yeah.
that's a game. If you don't don't play that game. Like, I'm not here to play games. Like, if I provide or if I do my part,
Yeah.
you got to do yours. Now, let me say this. If you don't, you never have to worry about me ever fucking with you in life again. I'm just saying, that's just me. And then guess what? I'm only going to play that game for so long because now I'm going to get up and I'm going to leave or you going to leave. Somebody, we not finna need to play like that. Nah, if it's a difference if you're sick or maybe you menstrual
I
or
want
something.
I want none of that.
Okay, well, I don't understand that.
None of that.
Like, I help me understand what happened. What happened?
So, what I was told when we discussed it was they were kind of emotionally drained, just got out of a situation. All the shit, to me, that's excuses, right? Now, hear me. Don't judge me. Hear me.
She wanted to be held.
No,
She wanted to be held.
she wanted to be held and all that, and I had no problem doing none of that.
Okay.
But you was with me for about 4 days. And I'm just saying, every time we got to that point, and I mean, I'm talking about playing with me, do everything, everything. But when I'm ready to go all the way,
wait a minute.
when I'm ready to go all the way,
Everything. You saying everything, but what does
I
that mean?
orally,
Okay, so she's performing
everything, yeah,
on you. You doing on her.
Yeah.
Okay. Then you talking about
I'm
the
caressing,
actual penetration
caressing
of-
her, yeah, caressing her, all everything, all the foreplay, everything.
Okay.
And then when I'm ready to dive in, when I'm ready to go full Monty, when I'm ready to drive,
Okay.
it's I just got wait, and I respected it, right? So normally, I can't fuck with you no more either. Normally I'm like that too, right? I'm the same way. However, this particular situation, I said, I'm gonna get one more shot because then I'm like, I felt like I was too far in. I felt like I had something to prove. But then it happened again, right? This time,
Wait a minute.
it happened again.
So the
It happened
first time
twice.
did y'all separate?
The first time I was pissed off, I walked out, and then I gave her the benefit of the doubt, and I talked it through. She said she was emotionally drained. She still wasn't ready, blah, 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 blah. I respected that. 100. Helder was the respectable gentleman. Straight up. Fast forward.
Yeah.
So it happened again,
Okay.
right? So I flew her out, right? A second time. Flew her out to.
So nothing happened the first time.
It happened the first time.
Nothing. No, wait.
No,
Nothing happened.
Nothing happened the first. I held.
Nothing but the old part.
That was it.
So there was no penetration.
No penetration.
All right.
No
so
penetration.
Then y'all separate. Y'all go.
Yeah, we go separate ways. Yep.
Okay. And then you call again.
Well, I gave her the benefit of the doubt. I did.
Okay, all right.
I gave her the benefit of the doubt. She's getting out of the situation.
Okay.
Right?
Right.
She was emotionally drained. I didn't want to feel like I ain't no ass. I'm not that kind of dude.
Right.
Because you and I have had this conversation a million times. You know, I don't believe people have sex problems. In other words, I think a man can get sex when he wants, a woman can get sex when she wants it, depending on how you do it, whether you got to pay for it or whatever the case may be. I don't think there's a shortage of anybody having sex. With that being said, I don't think it's an issue. I ain't never had a sexual issue. I've not had a problem getting sex, right? So that's not my issue. in this scenario, it was I'm digging you, we kicking it. We've had a few dates, all those things have happened. The flirting happened, all that, everything happened. Right? So
she just wasn't ready.
At this point, we're at the level of taking it to the next level.
Okay.
So again, we talking about expectations because that's what the caller had asked, right? The caller said the expectations. What's the expectations when you're flown out? Now, she didn't elaborate. I don't know if she did.
But wait a minute. She's been flown out twice.
Well, I'm going to get into it. So,
Okay.
the first, that's what I'm saying. I gave her
the second
the first time I gave her the benefit of the doubt.
Okay.
So, you asked, I called her again. Yeah. I called her again because I gave her the benefit of the doubt the first time. Held her. We was good. But I had the expectations that, I'm gonna get it. You're right. That was my expectation. Now, maybe it was an unfair expectation because I ain't discussing with her. But again, that's why I asked the question earlier. To me, what's understood don't need to be even stated because that's what I expected. And my expectations, I don't know if this was something I should have addressed or not, but.
Yeah, but hang on. From a sugar daddy perspective, you must have fell in love with something about her for you to fly her back out again. And you hadn't even had sex with her in the form of penetration or, in the form of real intimacy.
There was nothing love about none of it. For me, it was curiosity. It was lust, probably mystery. Yeah, all those things. It was what Tina Turner said. What love got to do with it, man? I promise you, nothing love about it. But I desired it, and I think I wanted it even more when I didn't get it the first time because I felt like it was expected. But then I did it again. And that shit.
Wait. I'm gonna tell you why I'm laughing.
Why you laughing?
Because when you do that, like for me, if a woman withhold certain parts of sex from me, it makes me more anxious. And so the more anxious I get, the more curious I get, the more I want you. And that sounds like what you went through. She knew what you do. She knew you wanted her.
Oh yeah.
She knew you, but she wanted you too.
Hands down. The way she responded.
I'm telling you, she wanted you.
The way she responded the whole nine. But it ain't go down. But I'm a gentleman, so shit, I moved on. I never find out she won't eat.
Okay, gentleman.
What? Hold on. Okay. What you trying to say, gentleman?
No, I'm just saying. You say you're a gentleman, so okay. I ain't say you wasn't, but what you keep defining yourself. So I'm saying.
I'm just saying I'm a gentleman.
Okay, gentleman.
All right, I'm gonna roll with that.
Okay.
The fun part about when you fly a woman out, though, the anticipation. It ain't just about the sexual desire. Like when I fly a woman out, I like for her to look sexy with me. I want us to go out to dinner, and she be the finest thing on my arm. You know what I mean?
So
I want to catch a look at us like.
But that brings me to a point, though. Okay. So I told you I was out the other day, and I was getting a foot massage. No, a foot bath. Not a foot massage. A foot bath done.
Gentleman.
Yeah, what comment was what to go. But and so the lady that performed the foot bath for me, and the other ladies in the facility, I asked them. No, I told them about the podcast.
Okay.
They went. The first thing they said, which most of the ladies who watch the show say, where can I find a sugar daddy? So I responded by saying, if you don't have a sugar daddy, it's probably because you're not qualified to be a sugar baby.
Yeah.
Or you haven't qualified yourself to be a sugar baby. if you ain't got a sugar daddy and you looking for one. Okay? Because everybody don't fit the profile. Just like every man ain't a sugar daddy.
True.
'Cause every man don't fit the profile.
True.
So every woman don't fit a sugar baby profile. What does that have to do with you getting flown out? A lot. Because you ain't flying no anybody out to come be with you.
Oh no, you're not.
Okay? So one of the prerequisites of catching a sugar daddy or how you get flown out is you got to qualify to get there.
What's the qualifiers? Ooh.
Well,
I know we talked about it in earlier episodes, but we talking about specifically when you get to the point of flying out, right? Because you at a point now where there's some type of ship there, relationship.
So here it is. You've mastered the technique of being able to hold a decent intellectual conversation with a sugar daddy. Cause you gotta stimulate the brain.
You think all
pleasant?
sugar daddies care about that?
Oh, absolutely. If you got any kind of sophistication or or a gentleman, as you've been saying about yourself, of course. You don't listen. You can get a dummy a dime a day, right? Like a woman can be. I've had some beautiful women approach me, and as soon as they open their mouth, not judging nobody, our conversation was just different. Okay, the level of the conversation she was having with herself or with anybody or even with me was just not to the degree that I was looking for.
Yeah.
And that's okay. Sometimes I may say, hey, let me go over here and tone it down a little bit and fuck with this one. But that's rare. Cause if I like you, you gotta be able to speak. I ain't say you gotta be educated, okay? But you gotta be able to speak well. At least be able to express yourself in ways that you know how without being disrespectful or full of drama.
But we're at the point where obviously the speaking, the intellect and all that there if I'm flying you out. So we at that point. So once you fly out,
But the question is, how do you get flown out? Your ass don't get flown out if you can't speak well, you ain't pleasant on the eye. And then look, when I say pleasant on the eye, I'm not talking about the way that
that ain't the
society
question. Hold on.
has painted.
But that ain't the question though. The question ain't how you get flown out. That wasn't the question.
What's the question?
The question was, what's the expectations of when you are flown out? You beyond that. If I'm flying your ass out, you beyond we already there. We past that point. We're beyond, you already are pleasing to the eye. You already have stimulated my mind. We've already had those conversations.
Okay.
We've already had probably a few dates or whatever.
So
we already there.
Spend the money for like
We already there.
Okay. So
I'm
value has been there. Okay.
So we at that point now of expectations, the fly out expectations. Shit, we going shopping. Expectation. You ain't just flying out just to fly out. Expectation. You're gonna go fine dining. Expectation. I would hope from your end as a sugar baby or a woman of desire or what have you, you would hope when you're flown out, you're gonna have a great time. You're gonna do some shopping. You're gonna get your nails and hair done. Oh, that's the obvious. You're gonna go get, you're gonna go get some Chanel, whatever you into. You're gonna do expectations, right? Shit. When are you supposed to have expectation too? So that's my point. To me, what's understood don't have to be fucking say it or state it.
So let me say this. First of all, I have never flown a woman or a sugar baby anywhere. And the first time I fly her to me or whatever, it's the first time we having sex. No, I'm gonna already know that prior to flying her out. how many times did you fly this one person out?
No, man, you already twice. That was it.
Okay. So, was that the first time that you ever experienced a situation
Listen,
like that
man.
where you didn't actually get nothing the first time?
I was batting 100%. This was the first. This is the first. I'm always me. I'm always a sugar daddy gentleman, like I said. And I use that word because I am very respectful. I want the finer things in life, so I want a fine woman on me. You know, all those things. The expectations, the dinners, all that shit. You know, but I ain't never had that issue before. And I ain't pressed the issue, right? When it ain't go down, it ain't go down. The first time I gave the benefit of the doubt. But you can't do that shit twice. You got to meet my expectations too.
Yeah. Yeah, I heard him say, fool me once.
Shame on me.
Yeah. Fool me twice. Shame on. Shame on.
Is it shame on? No. Fool me once, shame on you.
Shame on you.
Yeah.
Fool me twice, shame on me.
Yeah.
Yeah, you said
Fool me
it
3
wrong.
times, Bush, you can't fool me again.
Yeah.
No, man, but that's just it, you know. So, where we go from there?
Well, when we talk about expectations,
Yeah.
again, any woman, okay?
Yeah.
The beauty is in the eye of the beholder,
That's
right?
right.
So what might be beautiful to me may not be the same gorgeous woman to you.
Get that.
Okay.
Yeah.
Because I have a certain type of woman that I like
I agree.
or that I'm attracted to.
I agree wholeheartedly, and that's the point. The point is we're talking about the expectations and when you're flying out or whatever the case may be, but you got to qualify to be flown out, right? You said that earlier. And so there has to be the physical attraction for me, whether I like you short, tall, bald-headed, short hair, long hair, whatever my expectations are or whatever the beauty is for me. Get all of that. So when I walk in the room, I want to have in my mind, I got the baddest woman up in here. I got the baddest woman in the planet on my arm because it's what I believe through my eyes. And I'm wholeheartedly with that. So we already there. So if that's the expectation, then there's an expectation I have. I was betting 100%. 100%.
What's your dance in that? What, 99, 98?
I'm 99.8%.
No, let me say, it can't happen.
This was a first for me.
It can happen.
This was an absolute first for me too.
It can definitely happen.
Yeah.
But the point I'm making, which is, you know, and it don't necessarily have to be her.
Wait. I got a question.
Okay.
You think it's ever happened in the reverse?
That's what I'm getting about to say.
You think a woman ever flow out to a man and
it could be, and he could perform,
or not even a sexual way? What if she flew out and he ain't take her shopping? They ain't go to no dinner. They ain't do nothing. You think that'd be acceptable? You think that'd be acceptable? If I fly you out, and I fly you out on Spirit. You know what I mean?
So plain.
I'm talking about, come on,
so
for real.
plain.
I'm doing the bare minimum. I fly you out, and you get there.
Spirit. Soon as you wait.
We are Delta men. I'm just saying. Hang on. At the worst,
if you ever get a flight
on Spirit.
From a man that book you on Spirit, you don't need to catch that flight. Okay?
No, man, we can't poo-poo on Spirit, man. We can't poo-poo on Spirit. You fly all your women out on Delta? I fly a woman out great. Hold on. Let me do this disclaimer. I don't fly you out just any other kind of way. Don't get it twisted. You fly out to me because you represent you. It's quality, right? I'm gonna fly you out. I'm gonna have a black car, pick you up, car service, something. We're gonna do this right. Don't get it twisted. I do right? I fly you out good,
right.
But I don't want to say we was joking about the Spirit because you know what? Quick disclaimer for Spirit Airlines. The statistics say, the data shows that they are one of the safest, if not the safest airline amongst all the airlines to fly on. They have fewer accidents than any other airline. So I don't want us to, poo-poo on Spirit. Now, back to the show at hand.
Okay, I
Okay.
shit it on. Go ahead.
My point is the expectations. What if I fly you out with Delta, whatever, American, whatever United, whatever you're gonna fly them on. You fly them first class. You fly them decent flight, okay. But they get in town with these expectations that they're gonna be fine, fine dine, wine, dine, shopping, all those things. And then what happens? What happens then if that don't happen? Do they leave? I don't know what that's like because that's never happened either. That's never. I'm batting 100% in that area as well. I've never had that happen where I flew somebody out and I didn't meet their expectations from all those things or sexually.
Yeah, okay, but not okay. Just so we don't bore our listeners with getting flown out. Let me ask you all this question. So, Young Thug dragged his woman, per se, Mariah DeSantis, all across the BET Awards. Watch this.
He did.
Hang on.
He did.
The question is, did she fly him out or did he fly her out? What you think? No, wait. If you look at, say, this man grabbed her hand and literally did not let it go the whole time they was moving through the crowd at the BET Awards. Now, he made himself look so weak, being the caliber of a dude that he is. Mm-hmm. All right? Mm-hmm. She made herself. Now you can look at her pictures and videos, man. She wasn't too happy about that. All right.
You think it was something deeper than that? They could have had an argument. It could have been anything.
I don't give a damn what's insecurity. He was pulling her, man. He never let the hand go. Man, like, come on. You got a nice looking woman who is a brainiac, intellectual. She speak well. What happened is she put that thing on you. Wait, no, it's always one. I don't give a damn who you are and how much money you got. It's always that one. It's always going to be one that you're going to care for more than you care for anybody else. I don't care how much money you make or what you give. It's going to be that one. That one that's going to make you go crazy. That one going to make you a little insecure. That one is going to fuck your head up. It's one. It's one. It's always one.
You ever had one?
I got one now.
You can't.
I got one right now. Who we? That's all I'm going to say about that.
Well, let me ask you this. The one you got now, if you were somewhere and you flew her out, knowing that y'all done already had, y'all done already been there, of course, sexually, all those things, right? But if you flew her out and she didn't want to give you none, what you think? Would you be pissed with her?
Well,
you already in the situation. Would you be mad? Do you still have the same expectations?
No.
Ooh.
They're different. So somebody you've been involved with.
Yeah.
It's a relationship, right? Mm-hmm. What that you've been in for a while. Mm-hmm. But let me say this: the expectation is still there. It never left. If it don't happen, hang on. The response may be different. Okay.
So you saying the expectation is the same.
Absolutely.
But if it don't meet your expectation, the response is different.
If it don't happen,
that's not meeting your expectation.
If it don't happen,
that's not meeting your expectation.
Hang on.
Right.
The response gonna be different based on the amount of energy, effort, and time I put into this particular person. So if I ain't putting a whole lot of energy, effort, and time into it and you flaking and you tripping or whatever, I ain't finna give you no more of that energy. I ain't putting much in it.
I'm talking about the one you saying you're in love with.
The one I'm in love with,
So
well, the one I haven't experienced that. So I can't speak to something I haven't experienced. I will tell you that the one I'm in love with, we're going to, well, it's already expected. We know what we're doing.
so that's
We do.
that's what I'm asking you.
Okay, I'm telling you, based on my experience, I have not experienced that. So I don't know. You asking me to speak on something I don't know.
Let me rephrase the
Okay,
goddamn
well,
question.
rephrase the motherfuckers. 'Cause
Shit.
I don't know. Go ahead.
Hypothetical. We know you're betting 100, nigga. We know.
Okay.
Hypothetical.
All right, but
The one you're in love with, if you flew her out, I'm asking, first of all, does the expectation change? You said no.
no.
Okay. My question to you is, the one you're in love with, hypothetically, what if that were to happen with the one you're in love with, when you get there and she don't meet your expectations, meaning you want the one you're in love
my
with.
tolerance and
what-
my patience is different with the one that I love. So that's different. That's just, if it don't happen, let's say, let's say we get fucked up. I go in, I go to sleep. I crash out.
No, I'm talking about
And
what if it's a scenario where it ain't that. You getting close or whatever, and she's just like, hold on, I'm going through something or whatever the case may be. Some shit you may not even know.
I give her a pass.
So what's the difference between? So then love does
Time,
matter. Love does
energy,
matter.
Effort.
I'm just saying. So
Time,
love
energy,
matters.
effort. Time, energy, effort.
Love matters. Is the
Absolutely.
question.
Yeah.
So love dictates the how you
that-
respond. Like you love, damn nigga, the love dictate the response because you put the same effort in something else and fly them out, and you like, no, you can't mess with them no more.
I ain't gonna say that.
You said that earlier.
No, you said the same effort. The effort is, no, listen. Hold on. So that's how we'll talk. That's how we'll talk. You don't put the same effort into every sugar baby. You don't put the same time in
That's not what I'm saying.
Okay, wait.
That's not what we're saying. I'm talking about the time and effort has already been put into where you want to fly somebody out, right? Okay. We're talking about at that point. I'm asking this question about, does love dictate the difference, right? Because I put in, regardless of what kind of
Yes.
time, I put in some time, effort, and qualifications
Answer the question.
to fly you out.
Yes.
Guess what?
Yes, love does dictate the difference.
You know, and you said something earlier, D. You said, the physical attraction got to be there and so forth. But more than that, before you even get flown out, because I think that's where the key comes in, right? So before you even flown out, there's some qualifications you got to meet. You said it. You got to intellectually stimulate my mind.
But we gotta
Right.
actually have been already sexual with each other before I fly you to Paris. I'm not flying you to Paris. Hold up. I'm not. I meet you a month later. We 2 weeks later, however long, 3 months. We haven't been intimately involved, and we going to Paris.
So
No,
one of your
no, we not.
one of your prerequisites is to be flown out internationally.
Domestically true. Okay, we go from California to New York, Atlanta to Boston, whatever. Yeah, fit into DC, whatever. No, man. No.
So
We're not playing Houston to New Orleans. Okay? Yeah. Phoenix to Las Vegas. No. No, listen.
Atlanta to Tennessee,
Listen.
it don't matter.
First of all, we are grown.
Okay.
All right. And grown people do what grown people do. So I'm not dealing with, like, I had a chick come to my house several years ago. Let me be perfect that. Okay?
Clean
No,
it
she
up.
did.
Uh-huh.
I met her out.
Mm-hmm.
We went out a couple of times. I met her out, and then we went out a couple of times after that. Then, like the third or fourth time we was out,
Uh-huh.
we went back to my spot.
Okay.
We get back to my spot. She shower, I shower. She in the bed nude. I'm in the bed nude, right? So we both in the bed nude. But when it came time for us to do what we do, that wasn't what she wanted to do.
Mm.
It was what I wanted to do, right? While you in my bed, you ain't got no clothes on, naked. We done been out 3 or 4 times. That's a game. And you talking about you ain't in my bed naked. No. Oh, we cuddling. I'm working out up. Now I'm frustrated because you wanna clink clink. What?
So it ain't go down.
It didn't. She wasn't flown out though.
So it did happen. You ain't betting 100. Oh, the flight part. Oh, the flight. Ain't that some shit? See how the truth come out? Ain't that some shit?
No.
You ain't betting 100%. Okay, I'm
I'm not betting
99.98. He 99.99.
No, I'm not betting 100 when it comes to that.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
But being flown out, I'm not flying out nowhere, and I don't know we finna do this.
Okay, then I got to sweet or
Nah.
sour then.
Okay.
Okay. So, is it sweet or sour, whether you're flowing out or not? Is it sweet or sour for a woman to get in the bed naked with the man having expectations going down and she don't want to give it up?
Sour. Sour than say, man, come on. Like my whole disposition, look at my face, it changed. Like, no, listen. If you get sick, that's one thing.
Mm-hmm.
Okay?
But don't play with me.
That's a game.
Don't play with me.
Man, that's a game, man. You can't play.
Don't come
What
to
you
bed
can't do-
naked. Yeah, I'm with you on that
Yeah.
sour shit. I mean,
No, watch this. If I'm laying next to you and my penis is hard and I'm laying next to you, it's laying on your ass or your back.
you're
I'm frustrated if I don't get none. Why
Yeah.
would I do that to myself? Like, no, I'm not doing that to myself.
okay. What if she ain't naked? What if she? But see, for me,
She ain't gotta be.
I know. Don't even.
She could be just laying next to me. But my point is, don't. So this is what I say. You know what I say?
Don't antagonize.
No. If he rides, your job is to make him go down. It's your job.
That's her
So
job.
women say, no, but say, but the job, why it's got to be a job? It's really not, that's just a figure of speech. That's just what I'm saying. It's not your job. But watch it. If you get tingly or you get high, it's my job to satisfy whatever craving you got and have no problem with it. See, the problem is you got a lot of women like control. Well, you know what she did? When she did not give it her to fly back, she was a control freak. She wanted to control the narrative. That's what she was. And ultimately, she did. Because it didn't happen, so she said it was going to happen. She wanted me. I'm already a control freak.
It's sour. It's sour to me too. I mean, cut to the chase. I listen. Expectations are one thing. If you and I, especially we've been intimate before, especially if I fly you out, right? I don't know if it's a prerequisite for me for you to be flown out. We gotta be intimate before. I think that's the chase of the matter. I don't have no issue with that, but I think it should be an expectation for sure. My whole issue though is it's sour as shit for you to get in that fucking bed when you know I'm aroused and I want you and I desire you and you don't have nothing on, even if you ain't got nothing but some panties on, but you coming and you're laying up on me, you putting the titties right on me, you doing all them things, and we can't go all the way. Nah, something wrong with that. So that's sour.
Absolutely.
Well, listen. Call us. We got the sugar line, 855 Ask Daddy. We appreciate y'all so much. Keep tuning in. Tune in for the next episode as we continue to drop some gems.
That's right.
We're giving away a bag, a Louis Vuitton bag. So listen, help us get our
Louis.
followers up. Come on, click that subscribe button. Subscribe.
Like the page. Go to YouTube.
At Sugar Daddy's Podcast.
That's right.
With a Z. Come on, help us out here. We dropping some gems, and we appreciate you. Until next time.
That's right.
We'll
like
see
the
you.
Page, follow the page, tag 2 or 3 of your friends.
Repost. We appreciate you. Until next time.